According to the CDC, Black women comprise 36% of abortions in America. Black women are a minority of women in this country. I mean, there's more Hispanic women, there's more white women in this society, but it's Black women. Out of all of the races, Black women have like the highest abortion rates. And this has been talked about in the Black YouTube sector in the past. I mean, I've heard several videos of Black male YouTubers talking about how Black women are a minority of women, but they still lead in abortions. So yeah, according to the CDC, and Black women are having a whole lot of abortions. But when people think of Black women having abortions, most people assume that these Black women are killing full Black babies, that they're killing babies that they're supposed to be having with Black men. And of course, some of these abortions Black women are having are with Black men, but who's to say a big chunk of these abortions, or maybe even the majority of these abortions Black women are having, could possibly be with other races of men? A few months ago, in late 2019, there was like a popular like story or whatever of a white DJ named DJ Pope who gave hundreds and hundreds of Black women. He infected hundreds and hundreds of Black women with HIV. And this dude was like a bottom shelf Brad type of white guy. And still and then, a bottom shelf Brad type of white guy had the ability to sleep and have unprotected sex with hundreds of Black women. So bottom shelf Brad is sleeping with all these Black women. Imagine how much these other how other how the other white man of higher quality are running through these Black women and having unprotected sex with these Black women. I mean, if bottom shelf Brad can run through hundreds of Black women, imagine what these high quality of other races of men are doing with Black women. These higher quality of white men, other races of men, who they're probably running through thousands of Black women. I mean, you never know. And DJ Pope was having unprotected sex with these Black women. That's how he gave these Black women HIV. So he gave hundreds of women HIV, DJ Pope. So that means he was having unprotected sex with like hundreds and hundreds of Black women. Man, do you think DJ Pope is one of the only white dudes or other races of dudes who be hearing these having sex with these black women unprotected? Nah, man. I mean, everyone, all races of man like unprotected sex. Like, let's keep it real. Let's keep it funky. All races of man like unprotected sex. And a lot of these other races of men are having unprotected sex with black women. And it's very believable. I mean, it's first of all, it's very believable that black women are having a whole lot of sex with other races of men. I mean, the reason why the majority of black men are being chosen by black women like that are because black women have other options from other races of men. That's why black women can get away with just rejecting black men willy nilly like that because they have other options. And these other races of men are having unprotected sex with black women. And what happens when two people have unprotected sex? If a non black man has unprotected sex with black women, with thousands of black women, with hundreds and hundreds of black women, what do you think is going to eventually happen? He's going to start getting pregnant by these other races. But let's keep it real, man. Black women aren't of a high class in this country. I mean, black people as a collective, we're seen bottom of the barrel. Historically, we are perceived as being a lower class race. So black women, they're at the bottom of, they're kind of perceived as being at the bottom of the shelf when it comes to women, especially by these other races of men. So when, so do you really think that when another race of man gets a black woman pregnant, he's gonna want to take care of a half black baby? I mean, keep it real, man. These other races, man, they don't want to be. They want to have a fucking baby who's half black. Like, come on, man. That's a taboo in their culture, man. They don't want to be seen strolling around a half black baby, a white guy who has money, he's a CEO or he's running a company or whatever. He doesn't want to be seen strolling around a half black baby. People of his own race gonna be looking at him funny. I mean, and these other races of dudes, they're not trying to pay child support. Especially they don't want to pay child support to a black woman. So once these other races of men they get a black woman pregnant, what do you think they're gonna tell her to do? They're gonna tell these black women who they get pregnant to get an abortion. And it's kind of funny, man. Interracial sex and relations between black women and non-black men might be at an all-time high, especially with social media and online dating. I mean, these other races of men could just holler at black women in private. So like these black women are having a whole lot of sex with these other races of men. But I rarely see black women around with half black babies. Hmm, that's kind of funny. I mean, black women, a lot of black women don't take birth control. A lot of black women like unprotected sex, hence why they have higher STD rates and higher abortion rates because black women like having unprotected sex. And of course, men, we like unprotected sex too. I mean, black women are having all this unprotected sex with non-black men, but you rarely see these black women pushing out biracial babies. Why? It's because these other racist men, when they get these black women pregnant, they're telling these black women to get abortions. So a lot of these abortions, maybe even most of these abortions, might be the product of other races of men. A lot of these abortions that black women are having might be from other races of men. I mean, it's not unbelievable. I mean, black women of this generation are even choosing the majority of black men. They're not even having sex with the majority of black men. And black women of today only choose a small percentage of black men, extremely small. So what causes us to think that majority of black women's abortions can't be other races of men? I mean, these women aren't sleeping with black men like that. So it's very believable.